Hello, everybody. Welcome in to another Pig Trail Nation Live, our morning sports update today on Wednesday. A lot to talk about because I just hopped off a Zoom call not a while ago with baseball head coach Dave Van Horn breaking down their upcoming matchup against LSU. A few little things we got to touch on, and then we'll get right into it. So I see we got some people. If you have any questions while we're going through, put them in the comments section. Tell me where you're watching from. I know usually we get some people that are watching from all over. So let's go and break this down. First off, let's just talk about the obvious, right? Arkansas facing LSU in a road series starting Friday. Now, I know everyone's talking about where they can watch it and how they can watch it. First game's going to be on SEC Network, and then the next two are going to be on SEC Network Plus. That's kind of been the dichotomy with Arkansas baseball. First game always gets on TV, and then the other two jump over to the internet. So let me just get you those times really fast. When those games are. Again, let's actually pitching rotation we're going to touch on here. We're going to touch on Kevin Kopps. Dave Van Horn had some things to say. I know there's been a lot of talk online, especially probably some people in the Zoom, of why Kevin Kopps got a National Player of the Week honor, but had to share the SEC Player of the Week award. So Dave Van Horn touched on that. Again, these games against LSU are going to be at 6:30 or 6 o'clock on Friday, 6:30 on Saturday, and then Sunday is a 2 p.m. game. And then later this week, we will hop on another Zoom before this series and really break down this matchup, because it's been a while. Dave Van Horn kind of brought it up that 2004 was one of his first seasons coaching, where they swept LSU in LSU and haven't really done that since. So it's really hard to win in Baton Rouge, and they haven't done it in a long time. So hopefully they can start back up. I mean, this is the pitching rotation we're going to get going on. Let me switch over here. It's kind of just like last week. You see Wicklander actually right over here. Sorry, don't know how to point to him, but he's going to get the call in game one. So Wicklander will pitch game one. Peyton Paulette will pitch game two. And then just like last week, game three is kind of up in the air. Hey, Pam, Woo Pig Suey's Pam saying, how you doing? Thank you for watching. So game three, up in the air. Don't know who it's going to be. He did toss out a couple of names. Lyle Lockhart and Zebulon Vermillion were two that that DVH said probably looking like one of those will get the call. Caleb Bolden, who started last series, also could be available for Sunday. So those are kind of your three, but Lockhart and Vermillion are really taking probably going to be the two probables to fill that game three slot. And that might be the theme going forward of, hey, we're going to have our first two locked in, but game three, you know, depending on how the series goes, is going to be a little different. Carl says, watching from a rain cover. Yeah, it's definitely been rainy out there, Carl. I know. I can't see outside, but it's definitely come down. I've seen some pictures that we have on our KNWA site, and it's been crazy to see cars kind of engulfed in water today. So hopefully everyone's staying safe while you're driving. Please do. William E. Scott saying, what happened to Connor Noland? He's good. He's been pitching, and DVH said he's been throwing some of his best stuff lately. So you'll be able to see Nolan. I believe he is available for this weekend. So he's looking good. And DVH also said that Cole Ramage is looking really, really good as well. So those are the two pitchers he kind of pegged throughout their practice weeks that have been really stepping up and looking nice. So it seems like you will be able to see Connor Nolan in this series. Where they use him and how, not sure yet. I know he's still got to get back into the fold, but that's a guy that Arkansas plans to get a lot more action for. So yes, you will see Nolan this series, as far as I heard this afternoon. In terms of pitching, let's go to the Kevin Kopps. I think this was a really cool thing that DVH said, is that it's not just about the talent that you see Kopps, just the natural ability and talent that he has on the mound. That's not just what he's about. He's like, the work ethic that this guy puts in every single day to be where he is incredible, and it's something that fans don't get to see. And even if he were to put Kopps in and it weren't to pay off, he'd say, I wouldn't mind. If Kopps had a struggling day, he said, at least I knew I put the right guy out there. So Kevin Kopps seems to be what this team needed, is a guy that can put out anybody. Of course, winning the National Player of the Week honors and the SEC shared title. I know, like I said, a lot of people were kind of mad about that on the internet the other day when the awards came out. Van Horn said that he doesn't really care about that. He said he's happy with the honor, and he said the SEC doesn't care less about what the national polls say. So he understands that there is a dichotomy of these different people picking these awards. He's just happy that Kopps got it. Of course, Rocker, the pitcher, Kumar Rocker from Vandy, was the other co-pitcher of the week in the SEC. With his good outings against Mississippi State, number 4 Mississippi State over the weekend. He also said that he also doesn't want to be the people picking these awards because of stuff like this, where it's going to be really hard to get to pit SEC pitchers against each other and try and figure out who had the better week, because they all are so dominant. Let's get to some comment. Travis, watching from the UK. Awesome, Travis. Thank you for tuning in. What time is it over there where you are? I wonder what it is. I don't know the time difference. 12 noon over here. Travis from the UK, thank you so much for watching. Nolan going to pitch any, Mark? Yes. Yeah, looking like Nolan's going to be fine to go this series from what I understand. DVH said he's been throwing some of his best stuff. Rick from Little Rock, go Hogs. Thank you, Rick, for tuning in. Joe says, Hogs are on fire, but we still aren't guaranteed a trip to Omaha. True. I mean, there's a lot more season left to play. The Hogs are looking really nice. Obviously, you got the unanimous #1 team in the nation. You're rolling on your schedules. You're going into LSU, a series that you think you should probably be winning. So let's just go back and make sure to remind you guys of the times of this series, because I know we haven't seen this graphic in a while. For those just tuning in, Alan saying, go Hogs, sweep LSU, something that hasn't happened since 2004, Alan. So you never know. It's been a long drought, but this is the team to do it. They have a really good pitching staff, and good Lord, can they hit, right? Leading the nation in home runs. So this starts off this series Friday at 6 o'clock on SEC Network. The next 2 games, so Saturday, Sunday, are going to be on SEC Network Plus. Of course, when those games happen, we'll be right on them on our shows to give you the highlights. If you can't watch them on SEC Plus Saturday and Sunday, we'll be covering those games, and we'll have those on air for you. Travis, you're 6 hours ahead. Okay, 6 hours, so not bad. 6 o'clock over there. Thank you for spending your night with us. I guess this is a perfect time for you to join in then. Travis, the UK. You never know where you're going to find a Hog fan. It's always so fun. I always love seeing where people kind of join in from. We've gotten some people from all over. Travis, you might be the farthest I've seen so far. And I think this is something that's really cool, and I want to bring this graphic up, is Baton Rouge is kind of gonna be Arkansas country this weekend. The Razorbacks have 3 teams that are going to be competing at LSU. Of course, baseball starting on Friday at 6 p.m. The softball team has a really big series starting on Saturday at 6. I also want to get you guys the other times for those games, because this is a big series. Softball trying to look to win an outright title, conference title. So that series is going to go 6 o'clock on Saturday, 5 o'clock Sunday, and then Monday at 6. 14th ranked LSU for the softball team. Game 1, and I should put this up, but I'll just say this now. Game 1 for them, the softball team, on Saturday, going to be on ESPNU. Game 2 Sunday on SEC Network, as well as Monday. So the softball team going to be able to be watched on TV on ESPNU Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday on the SEC Network. That's a really good matchup. Number 14 LSU facing the Hogs, so that should be really cool. And then, of course, the track team. How dominant is the track team at the LSU Invitational on Saturday, an all-day event. So that is just, there's going to be a lot of red in purple and gold country. So I think that's something that's really unique. And the best part kind of about it is these games are going to be kind of staggered so that you can try and catch them all. If you're following baseball, softball, I got to see if you can follow along with track somewhere. But right now, I don't see where you can watch that if you are. They don't have that right now on the Arkansas website. So for now, let's give it. Michael saying, what do you think about the NCAA statement about potentially not letting states have NCAA tournament games? That's a news, Mike, that we are kind of waiting to see on. That we're kind of waiting for for the NCAA to announce if Arkansas will still be holding some of these regionals, super regionals. That's news that we expected to have an announcement this week. We've been on watch for that to see what the NCAA is going to do since Monday. They said that something will be released this week. When and what it is, we don't know yet, but I've been refreshing my email a lot just to see if they've released a statement on their social medias, on their Twitter. And that's always going to be a push and pull with sports and politics. So that's such a hard thing to break down. It's going to be interesting to see what the NCAA does, because the best thing for Arkansas fans, of course, would be to keep these events here. I tweeted something when the announcement was first published by the NCAA that just the track and field regionals and championships bring in about $9 to $11 million in revenue to a city. So to just lose that one event would lose $9 to $11 million if they were to pull out. And I don't even know right now what the monetary value would be for baseball and softball. You'd have to think a lot more than that. So there's a lot on the line here. So it's going to be interesting to see what the NCAA does. Of course, when they publish it, we are going to be right back here on a Facebook Live to talk about their decision, whenever that might be. If it's in the next hour, we'll be here again. So Mike, whenever they bring that news out, we will be on here to talk about it and tell you what's happening. Steven says, watching from Georgia. How you doing, Steven? Thank you for watching and tuning in. Matt saying, let's go Hogs. Road to Omaha continues. It looks like a good road so far. Iris, Woo Pig Sui from Oklahoma. And then Dwayne, nice to see you again. Go Hogs, beat LSU. So again, these games, thank you everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And interacting, and any more questions you have, well, this is what we're going to use these kind of morning updates for, is to tell you the news of the day, let you get some questions out. We'll try and answer them as best we can. And then we're going to do another one of these at night, because we got some really cool things to talk about tonight. Going to be talking with Rakeem Boyd here in just a few hours before the NFL draft kicks off tomorrow. So he's obviously looking to have his name called, and we're going to talk to him just like I'm talking to you guys, and we'll play that for you when we talk to him. So that'll be kind of on our night update, thinking that's going to be right around 6:30, right after our show's on air. We're going to key up right over here and kind of give you our own show if you missed it on TV. So that will be what's kind of on slate for tonight. If you want to catch the evening update for our Pig Trail Nation lives, that's going to be with Rakeem Boyd. Not live. We'll interview him in a couple hours and we'll bring you what he said. So if you want to catch everything else, this is where you got to go. Hogville app. Make sure you get that on your Apple and on your Android, Apple Store and Google Play. It's available. This is where, if you have any of your any of these stories that you missed, we have so much on this app. Everything that we do, and you can put push alerts on, so you get alerted when we're doing Facebook Lives and when we're pushing out some big stories. That's what you got to get if you want to have all the up to the minute stuff that we're doing right here. Grab the Hogville app. It's really neat, and all of our stuff goes right to there from our Pig Trail Nation team. So as we're wrapping up, if anybody has any last additional questions, Dwayne, since you missed the first 10 minutes, I'll catch it up on replay. Well, how about this? How about I just give you the hard bullet points right here, Dwayne, just in case you missed it, because as we're wrapping up, let's do that. That's nice for anyone who just joined in, like Dwayne. We'll give you kind of what we've recapped. So obviously, here's your series, the big series. Arkansas versus LSU starting on Friday. Softball starts their games against LSU on the road on Saturday, so it's a Friday, Saturday tracks over there as well. On May 1st, we got our starting pitching rotation for this that DVH announced this afternoon on a press conference. That's going to be Patrick Wicklander in Game 1, Peyton Paulette in Game 2, and then Game 3 is kind of up in the air. Once again, we had the same situation last week where it's either going to be Lyle Lockhart or Zebulon Vermillion right now is kind of where DVH is leaning towards. That's what he said. Those are the two guys that are looking most probable to get that Game 3 start. Caleb Bolden would be available to start Sunday as well, just depending on where everything goes. So let's see. Kevin Kopps getting the National Player of the Week, SEC co-pitcher of the week, sharing it with Rocker over in Vandy. Dave Van Horn says, although the talk on social media, a lot of fans were passionate of why he won one award but had to share another. He just said, hey, you win awards, right? It's good to just get them. So again, softball, track going to be at LSU. Oh, big thing I didn't touch on. One thing right before we kind of head out. The Robert Moore looking like he's going to continue in that 6th hole. That's kind of where DVH likes him, a little down in the lineup where he can bat runs in. And then you're going to get Zach Gregory more towards the top in that leadoff role. So that kind of what we saw in that series where you bump Gregory up and you bump Moore down to get run production in the middle of the lineup. That's something that the Hogs are going to continue in this LSU series. So you will see Robert Moore down in the lineup more so that they can get production in the middle of their batting order. So that'll wrap kind of everything up. We're going to do another one of these tonight. We're going to be talking NFL draft. We have Rakeem Boyd in just a few hours. We have a bunch more stuff. I'm looking at the board, our schedule board. We have soccer coming here shortly that we're going to talk to. Track we're going to talk to. So we have so much that's going on. Of course, we won't be able to cover it all. So for that, you want to go to our Pig Trail Nation team tonight, 5:30 and 6 on your local stations, wherever you're watching from. And then you'll get some sound. You'll get to hear from Van Horn. You'll get to hear from track and soccer. And then we'll bring you some Rakeem Boyd's their stuff as well. And if you missed that, then we'll make sure we fill you in right back here at right around, I'm thinking 6:30, 6:45. I might tweet out a hard deadline of what that is because we end our shows right around that time. So I'll hop on right after we do those. So thank you, everybody, for joining in. Again, make sure to tune in on your shows and then right back here at 6:30. Appreciate all the comments and taking your afternoon to spend it with me, especially if you're all the way in the UK. So I appreciate it, guys. We will see you right back here later tonight.
Thanks for watching this Pig Trail Nation report.